Hi, I'm Sara. I'm the owner and creator of the SP Creative Reads. I run a small business that is mainly about making your reading fun, cozy, comfy, and all of that. I make book sleeves, discreet book covers, Kindle sleeves, a bunch of bookshelf decor, and we have many more products coming on the way. This is going to be a week in my life as a small business owner with two kids that are 2 and 3 months old. So we're gonna spend the week together when time permits. Usually it's in the afternoon or a couple hours here and there, but let's get into the video. Okay, so today's focus is going to be getting the rest of these book sleeves all sewn together. They are pretty much ready to go. I've already cut them, quilted, all of that. I literally just have to sew them together. So that is going to be my focus today. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but we just need to sew all of these bits together and then do the outside stitch. But we're going to speed it up because it's going to be a long process. Okay, so to start off, I'm pretty much just gonna bulk sew them all together and then worry about the top stitch because it's easier than changing threads constantly. So I'm gonna get a bunch of the white bobbins all made up so I don't have to keep stopping and starting. And I'm not sure how long I've got. My daughter is currently having a nap, but we're just gonna see how much we can get done and go from there. So usually when I'm sewing, I like to have either a movie or an audiobook on. And at the moment, the audiobooks I like to listen to is like the Hockey Romance. I just love them. If you're working while you are watching this, I guess, or just watching it, do you like to watch something, or is there something you like to do in the background while you work? Because it doesn't matter what job I'm doing, I usually always have an audiobook or movie. Even when I'm like at my other job on a farm, I always have my AirPods in listening to a book, and everyone knows it. Like, we've got customers that know I've always got an audiobook on, and they will come up to me and go, "Oh, what are you listening to this week?" I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it keeps me sane, and that's all that matters. So when I do the bottoms, I already know the corners are just about never going to line up. So I wait until after I've sewn all of it, and then I will go clean it up so I can sew the corners to make them extend a little bit. But if I don't trim it, it makes the sewing of them together that little bit harder because the pieces don't line up, and then you miss pieces, and I can't get as close to the edge as I want to. And I think it just makes the corner look that little bit better when I've gone through after and made sure they line up properly and they aren't going to move. And instead of pinning them together, what I do is I do a stitch on each side where I want them to meet. I just find that even if I pin it, they do sometimes move, and I really want that top to line up. I'm fully self-taught when it comes to sewing, even making these book covers and everything. I like to watch XOXO Charlie and Our Cherry Corner and all that, but I just watch XOXO Charlie's videos, and I watched how Hailey does a lot of things, and it kind of gave me a rough guide on how to sew, I guess. Like learning how to put the lids together so they're like all connected, all of that. I literally just watched someone else do them. I don't like watching tutorials, I get too distracted, but watching her videos gave me the confidence and ability to be able to do things. Obviously, like, my products are different to what Hailey makes, but she's definitely a big help in my learning process and how I do things. And even then, I've really just made up my own way of doing it. I never know if it's right or wrong, but it works. So that's all that really matters to me. So what I do basically is I get the front piece and I sew the label on, connect the lid like up the top, so I know exactly where I need to line it up on this piece of fabric. Otherwise I can get it wrong, and I really don't want that. I want them to line up the best I possibly can. So I literally will sew it onto the other piece while it's connected. So then I know once I've sewn it together, it's all just going to match up. And then I go and do the second stitch of adding the inner lining. Now for me, it also provides that little bit extra stability with the lid, because with these book sleeves, they're a very tight, snug fit. So I want to make sure the lid is as sturdy as possible to allow for that tension to be added. So I just add both the linings. So this one is our small book cover. Our small book sleeve. So it does fit the regular size 7-inch books. So again, I'm just doing this quick little stitch, making sure both pieces add up. Otherwise, when I do the top stitch, it does look a little bit funky when they don't meet up properly. And I just feel it looks more professional when I do it this way, because they do meet up that bit better. And if you sew, you know how much pinning just gotten all of the small book sleeves done. So now we've got, I think it's 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large book sleeves to do, and then we're done. My daughter is still asleep, but when she wakes up, I've got to go pick my sister up from school. So it's currently 1:30. I think it's been about an hour, but get these started and then definitely get these all done today. Now, if you are interested in getting your own little book sleeve or checking out my shop, you can find the link down below to my Etsy. You will also be able to find the link for my other social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that. And I would appreciate if you give me a follow over on those as well. Enough talking, let's get back into it. and I've just gotten my daughter back to sleep, so we just hung out, did what we do for the last hour and a bit. I actually can't even remember what time she got up. 2 o'clock, so almost 2 hours. We're going to start doing all of the closing stitches and the top stitch on the outside. So I'm going to start with all the black ones. Now you will see these ones here. These are repurposed ones from a trial case that I was doing, and this interfacing stuff is just too thick. It's a 150 GSM, which I'm now going with a 100 because the 150 is just way too thick for my machine. So as much as I hate pinning, this is definitely one of the can't be skipped pinning stages. So we're gonna get, I think I've only got 3 in black. Yeah, so I've got Mystic Cats in the regular size and Dark Fantasy in the large for black. And then I've got 3 pink, 1 brown, and 3 blue. And then we are done. So let's speed it up and I will see you guys soon. Done. So as I've been going, I've just been snipping off all the threads as well. So these are all finished and ready to be put aside until they are sold or are taken to the market. Okay, so all of the book sleeves are done and made. I'm gonna go take a break, clean up a little bit, and then my son should be home soon, so I'll probably come back later tonight when he's asleep and start working on something else. She's awake, so that's perfect timing. Sara just jumping in here. I just wanted to say I am now making large discreet book covers in 8-inch. I have no idea what happened to the footage because I know I did record it, but it is completely gone. But I just wanted to jump in and let you guys know what I am on about, and let's get back into the video. Okay, so apparently I didn't organize them right because I have 1, 2, 3, 5 that will actually fit the large book covers. The rest are all small, so I actually have to cut material. So this is all the materials I need to cut. So I obviously need the main fabric, the front, and then the lining. So I've got Dark Fantasy with the black inner lining, Pink Orchard with the pink lining. I do have 1 Blue Meadow in here, so this is the lining for that. The other one was a little bit too small. The Highland Cow with a darker blue lining. I already have the white lining for the Magic Butterfly, and then we've got the yellow, the Lemon Orchard, and the yellow lining. So I think I might just do like 1 or 2 of each fabric to make it nice and quick. Now I'm actually up to the part that I thought I would be up to hours ago. It is now 10:48 and I'm going to start ironing the inner facing onto the main fabric. I have at least one of every fabric. My favourite thing about this table is that it's a standing desk, so it literally moves to where I want it. All of these pieces, you will see the fabric is a tiny bit bigger than the lining, and that is because with this heat transfer stuff, it actually shrinks just a little bit. But if I don't compensate for that, then I'm risking material that's going to be too small. So I'd rather overcompensate a little bit and have good sizes and a little bit of wasted fabric than waste the whole thing of fabric because it's too small. I mean, with these large ones, it doesn't matter too much because if it doesn't fit properly, I can just put them into the smaller book covers, but it's just a lot more of a hassle. So if you're watching this, you're obviously watching it all in one day. So what's your plans for today? What are you trying to get done, doing, avoiding, all of the above? I'm avoiding cleaning my house. I think it's pretty fair. So everything is now ironed. I need to cut it out, but my daughter is waking up, so I'm gonna go hang out with her for a little bit, and then when she has her next nap, that is when we will get everything, hopefully everything, cut out and start sewing. I also need to see if I've still got the elastic straps made. I'm pretty sure I do, but I put them in a safe place because I wasn't using them and I reorganized my office. So hopefully when I come back, I found those straps, we'll get these cut out and then we'll go from there. So it is 12:41 and I found all the pre-made tabs, but I know for a fact that I don't have them in every color. But I do have some pre-cut out ones, so I can go and make some. That felt like it took forever, but I've got, I think it's almost 4 of every pattern. I don't actually know if I'm going to get any book covers made today, but I've got all the elastic cut, so I'm going to start sewing these up and at least get the straps done. And tonight, hopefully, if we get time, start making the book covers. If not, it will be a tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get them done this week, but not sure. just gotta see how it goes. This is my first time ever chain stitching. I have never done anything like this. I've just watched how XOXO Charlie does it. Like, I wish Hailey knew just how much she has actually helped me out. Again, just watching her videos have shown me how to do so much of my sewing. I never would have thought chain stitching was a thing. Not only is it quicker, it uses way less thread, and yeah, like, it's just quicker, which is great when you're a busy mum. She's using her toys for the first time. She has never been able to interact, and today she kind of just woke up and has found how to pick things up. And then once I finish this side, I'm going to add the elastic onto each piece before I go and chain stitch down the other side, because it makes it easier when I reverse them. So I've just gone through and attached all the elastic to each piece. There was maybe 10 left over that I didn't have enough elastic for. But I'm just going to go and get these all finished stitching, and then we'll turn them inside out, sew the elastic, all of that. But I'm just going to continue on with the chain stitching because that makes it so much easier. But let's speed it up and I'll see you guys in a minute. Done. Oops. All of the liners done. All I need to do now is go draw these up, pin the straps all in place, quickly sew them on, and then sew it all together. So the next part is going to be pretty quick, pretty fun. Don't know how many I'm going to get done tonight, but hopefully a fair few. I ended up just using my electric scissors because my fingers are so sore. But cutting out the top ones is really hard when, like, cutting them all together, because it's all different material sizes, and lining them up is just really hard. But thank God, no more cutting for tonight. Just gotta draw it all up, get ribbons to match. I actually don't know how much yellow I've got. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. This is Blue Meadow. This will be, I think I'm going to do this one as the Pink Orchard. I think I want to stick with the white for the butterfly because that will match the inner lining. Great, I swear I have a brown. Whatever I don't have, I can pick up tomorrow as well. So it's not that big of a deal because I've got to go near that shop tomorrow. So I might get a light yellow, a brown. I've got black. Mystic Cats will be grey. So I just need a brown, and I kind of like this yellow, but this roll's just not big enough to do anything. So today I have both kids home, which means I'm really not going to have much time for sewing. So I'm not going to be sewing till around 7:30 tonight, unless we do quiet time, which is completely fine. That's just how it goes with having two little ones. So this morning we're going to go for a walk, catch up with some friends, and run a whole heap of errands, which is just so fun. But I guess I'll see you guys later, hopefully. We have still got a heap of book sleeves to do. I made one yesterday off camera because I wanted to double check I was doing it right, because I haven't made a book cover in a really long time. So I wanted to just double check I was doing it right and not worry about camera and angles and all of that. But later today we will film it, and then I think tomorrow we'll either finish them up or I don't know yet. But tomorrow's Friday and I tend to like to have weekends off to spend with the family. But yeah, so I guess I will see you guys later, which for you is literally the next clip. For me, I don't get to sit down at my sewing machine for hours. And that makes me sad. I really enjoy sewing. Yesterday, I honestly was just so into sewing that not having my iPad completely threw me out. But I got all of the book sleeves ready for their final main sew. So I'm just going to get all of these done. They're all ready, pinned, everything. They've all got their inner parts connected. So now we're just going to go and do this stitch, and then after this do their final closing stitch. But it's easier to get all of this part done because I have to change the thread to suit them. But I went down today and got some yellow and brown ribbon for the Kookaburra Haven and Lemon Orchard book sleeves. So I've finally hit the stage where it's just doing the final closing stitch now, and I'm actually really excited because it has just been a really long week and I just feel like I haven't made much progress on making these. Like, it's just been a really long week. I usually try not to work on the weekends, but I just want these done so I don't have to worry about it on Monday. Next week, I'm not sure what I want to work on, but I do have other things that I want to get done. Hopefully I'll get my iPad back on Monday and we'll be able to edit videos, work on my drawings for Rio the Book Dragon. If you follow my other socials, you'll know what Rio the Book Dragon is. It's basically my bearded dragon wearing her own little glasses, standing on a book, being a certified book dragon. I think it is so cute. Absolutely love it. Done. Now I've just got to go through and trim all of the threads. There's quite a few. So I've just finished them all. We have got Lemon Orchard. Obviously I still need to go and trim all of the threads, but we have got the Dark Fantasy, Blue Meadow. And they have their little bookmark. I've already showed Lemon Orchard, Kookaburra Haven, Magic Butterfly, Highland Cow, Mystic Cats, Darling Daisy. So cute. So I still need to take all the photos for Etsy and social medias and all of that, but I think this is where I'm going to end the video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.